Hi, welcome back to Sahara TV. We are continuing our discussion on the Ogoni Declaration of Autonomy. And with us next is an expert on Ken's Sahara and the Ogoni struggle, Mr. Ken Ikari. Ken, welcome to Sahara TV. Hello?
Ben and not Ken. Ben Ikari.
Ben Ikari, welcome to Sahara TV, sorry.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay, so we just spoke to Charles Weaver, and he basically told us that the Ogoni people are asking for autonomy. They are not asking for self-government. What do you think was the declaration? Is it for autonomy or is it for self-government?
Well, according to the Ogoni Bill of Rights, which I have right here before me, we have here written, and I quote, that successive federal administrations have trampled on every minority right enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution to the detriment of the Ogoni, and have by administrative structuring and other noxious acts transferred Ogoni wealth exclusively to other parts of the Republic, that the Ogoni people wish to manage their own affairs. Now, therefore, while reaffirming our wish to remain a part of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we make demand upon the Republic as follows: that the Ogoni people be granted political autonomy to participate in the affairs of the Republic as a distinct and separate unit by whatever name called, provided that this autonomy guarantees the following: A, political control of Ogoni affairs by Ogoni people; B, the right to the control and use of a fair proportion of Ogoni economic resources for Ogoni development; C, adequate and direct representation as of rights in all Nigerian national institutions; the use and development of Ogoni languages in Ogoni territory; the full development of Ogoni culture; the right to religious freedom; and G, the right to protect the Ogoni environment and ecology from further degradation.
Ben, I will stop you there. I know that is online and people who are interested can look it up. But I want to continue by asking you that, so how do you, what will change now if you get that autonomy? Or how do you get it? Is it by pronouncing it, or do you take steps to get that autonomy?
Well, by the provision of the Bill of Rights, it's not by pronouncing it, but pronouncing it the way we saw it happen, or the way we read about it, is as a result of decades of anger. You know, when a people are angry, when everything about a people, happens to be negative when it comes to, the side of the government, what the government thinks about the people, and how the government deals with the people, happen to be negative all through. The government doesn't respect the Ogoni people in any way. And so after all these years, you would not be surprised to see that kind of thing that happened. And so what this shows is that the Ogoni people are not happy. And so it is proper for the government of Nigeria to take this time to reassess itself and look for the best means, best solution to resolving the Ogoni problem, respecting the Ogoni people and every other ethnic groups, especially the minorities in Nigeria.
Now, so far, the federal government basically ignored the pronouncement, and they left it obviously to the governor of Rivers State, who said that it's unachievable. What is your reaction to the federal government's silence on the demand for autonomy?
Well, the federal government silence, in my view, I have come to the conclusion that the federal government did not see anything wrong in the declaration. Of course, the federal government has the Ogoni Bill of Rights. The Ogoni Bill of Rights clearly states what Goodluck declared, only that he did not say that we would achieve it by, declaring it without the approval of the government.
Yeah,
and so the government is silent.
Goodluck talked about restructuring the community, the Ogoni land, with new councils and new. He talked about electoral college. Is that not a change in the structure within the Nigerian system, and how is he going to make that happen?
Well, whatever Goodluck stated or had stated in his declaration, like I said earlier, I wasn't there at home when he declared. I read, and so I do not know the mechanics, of the declaration. But the best way of resolving this question would be asking him. But my reaction to the Amachi threat and so on is that it is not new. Amachi had been that governor. Of course, I always call him illegal governor because of the way he came into power in River State. He did not contest an election. But to go straight to the point, during his first term, he is against even the Boris state, that the Ogoni people and other people that will form that new state that we're demanding or requesting would benefit. All we're trying to do is to seek an opportunity to be able to develop, ourselves. And state creation brings development close to the people. If that is the case, there's nothing wrong with demanding a Boris state, out of the current River State. Mechi had been fighting that even from the beginning. And so for him to say that Ogoni autonomy is not achievable is not new to me and to most Ogoni people. But I am assuring him and others that Ogoni autonomy, political autonomy within Nigeria, not outside Nigeria. Ogoni people are not seeking independence. And to be very clear, I have read all the documents of Goodluck Bigwe, the declaration. Nothing in that document mentioned independence. Nothing in that document mentioned sovereignty or secession. I don't know where the media get that from, or whether Amachi or whoever. I don't know the kind of games that they're playing. But I want to emphasize that Bigwe's declaration, although most of Bill of Rights or the Ogoni people did not say that we would get this by declaration, what Goodluck Bigwe declared is in line with the provisions of the Ogoni Bill of Rights.
Let me ask you because we are running out of time. In the larger context of Nigeria, some people believe that probably we should have a national conference. Do you think that this declaration of autonomy could fit into that discussion, or do you think it's better for Ogoni people to pursue their declaration of autonomy separately?
Well, like I said earlier, this is a sign of anger. And so if the federal government of Nigeria, is interested in solving the problem, because solving this problem, answering this autonomy question, would not be solving the Ogoni problem alone. The Ogoni problem is a national problem. It is the Nigerian question. And so, yes, if a sovereign national conference is called now or convened, it will give the Nigerian people, because, of course, you have to understand that the people who make up Nigeria today were forced against their wishes to form the Nigerian contraption. This is not a new story. It was done by the British. And so we did not have the opportunity to sit down and agree. When the British invaded the Ogoni people in the early 1900s, they did not consult any other group. They invaded and conquered Ogoni people separately. And so all the groups that make up Nigeria today will have to be able to sit down, if there is that opportunity again, and discuss and agree and have a people's constitution. Of course, all the constitution in Nigeria have always been a military constitution. Even the one that they are about to review now was done by the military. And so, yeah, this declaration by Goodluck Debo, even though the Bill of Rights did not specifically say that we would achieve this by declaration, is in tandem with the Ogoni Bill of Rights, because political autonomy is what the Ogoni Bill of Rights seeks. And by political autonomy, that gives us, the Ogoni people, the opportunity to have fair rule within Nigeria. The different states in Nigeria, created on ethnic basis, has fair rule. The Yoruba people, the Igbo people, the Hausa people, even the Ijaw people who just got the Bayelsa state and all of that. That is fair rule within that context. Ogoni people are not legislating over that state.
All right, we're really out of time, but I wanted to ask you one last question. You know, people in the government of Jonathan Goodluck will be wondering why the people in the Niger Delta, that's the thinking, that they, at this critical point in Nigeria, doing things that are heating up the system more for them. What do you think, what do you expect the president to be doing now to deal with the Ogoni issue in the context of the situation in the country?
Well, the federal government has a duty, first, at this moment, to take immediate steps to deal with the Ogoni environmental situation. That is one of the most striking issues before us right now, because even if we were to have a state, which is, of course, the political autonomy we're talking of, if the environmental pollution happens to kill everybody in that state, then there will be no state, because it will be vacant. And so the environmental pollution in Ogoni is very sensitive at this moment, because Ogoni people, it has been stated now that 1 in every 9 Ogoni has cancer, and this is as a result of hydrocarbon related say carcinogen, or call it benzene. And so that is one of the most important issues. Then the issue of resolving the Ogoni political autonomy, or Niger Delta as a whole, is something the federal government has to sit down. One, it has the choice to call for a sovereign national conference. That will help everybody sit down and discuss this issue and resolve it once and for all. The people of Niger Delta has every right to do what they are doing, to seek, for their right, because they've been oppressed for too long. They've been marginalized for too long. This is the first time a so-called minority is having the opportunity to become the president of Nigeria. And you can see what's happening in the north. They're trying to force him to do this, trying to force him to become a Muslim or resign and all of that. I'm not too much of his supporter because of the way he's dealing with the Ogoni issue, and several other things happening. But again, if he can do the right thing, if the Nigerian people are serious, the first thing is to learn how to respect the different groups that make up Nigeria, because the truth in Nigeria is that Nigeria is a federation of ethnic groups. And so you cannot treat one group different and treat the other group separately or different as well.
Yeah.
The Hausa people have more than 10 states. The Yoruba people have about 6 states. The Igbo people have about 6 states, and several other people. Why can't the Ogoni people have at least a state? Igbo people, Hausa people, they are now more ethnic group than the Ogoni people. That's the injustice we're talking about.
Ben, we have to leave this discussion here, and we will continue, because hopefully there will be a point when we will get the result of this autonomy, and we'll bring you back to talk about it more, okay?
Definitely. Thank you very much. And take it that this declaration, even though it may, people might think is not done, properly, is consistent with the demands of the Ogoni people, because what the Ogoni people are seeking within Nigeria is political autonomy, which will allow them to take care of their own business like other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was Ben Ikari, who is the author of Ken, Sarawiwa, and Masop.